700 companies expected to report this week, but not as many of the big names as we've seen. We're getting a little bit of a lull in the action before we get a lot of those retail reports coming in next week. But there are some top names you should be watching this week, so I pulled them out of the list, and let's take a look and see what they are. So the first company you should be watching is Walt Disney. Yes, they haven't reported yet, so we're going to hear from them this week. They have a pretty good track record, even with the COVID. They have beat 3 out of those last 4 quarters there, just that one missed 2 quarters ago. And it was a big beat last quarter because I think the analysts got just a little too pessimistic. But we all know what's going on to some extent with Disney's business already. We know that the parks have been shut or just partially opened. We know the movies aren't, nobody's going to those, so those aren't rolling out. They're doing well with their streaming service, however, so that has been a big boost this year. But what else is going on, and what might they say about the possibilities for 2021 now that there could be a vaccine coming, early next year? This is one that a lot of people on the entertainment hospitality side are going to keep a close eye on. Then we're going to switch it over to Cisco. This is one of the big tech companies that always just kind of gets lost in the shuffle, maybe because they do report later on in the earnings season. But as you can see, they haven't missed at all since Zacks data began there in 2017. So they have a real good track record of just consistently meeting or beating. But the shares did top out there in 2019 and have been on this kind of slow, steady pullback, and now look like they were trying to retrace those March 2020 sell-off lows there. But can they get some momentum here? They're really cheap, trading at just 12 times here in a market that's a little bit maybe overextended. So this is a value play. A lot of people are going to be watching it this week. Then we're going to switch over to Applied Materials. This has got to be one of the hottest charts of the week. They only have that one miss 2 quarters ago. Otherwise, they got the perfect track record the rest of these 5 years. That's an incredible record. And now the shares are even busting out to new 5-year highs. So this area is just really hot, this industry. And this is one of the ones that everybody's going to be having on their list to check in on this week. Then we're going to switch over to the hot housing market. We're getting a couple housing names this week, and Beazer Homes is one of those. BZH is the ticker. Now, it doesn't look as great on the chart as some of the other home stocks, but has staged this huge rally this year off of these 2 beats, and all the home builders have really just been killing it with their quarterly reports. A lot of them have record orders, record backlogs. They really can't build the homes fast enough. Now, we are going into what is normally a little bit of a slow period in the year for the home builders. That would be winter, right? Not as many people buy homes in the winter, but spring will be coming soon. And a lot of the home builder stocks, they are kind of bought on the hope of what's to come. Can this really hot housing market continue on into 2021? That's one of the big overriding questions. And we're going to find out. This stock also really cheap, just trading at 8 times. A lot of the home builders are in the single-digit PEs. So this is one to watch if you're interested about what's going on in housing. Then we're going to wrap it up with DraftKings. Isn't everyone watching this stock? I think they are. You can see it's had 2 earnings already here in 2020. It's a mixed bag there, coming off a big miss last quarter, but nobody's buying it for the earnings meet or beat. Still doesn't have a PE because they're still expected to lose $1.67 this year, but should see improvement going into 2021. We'll see. A lot will depend on the conference call and their outlook here going forward. So as you can see, there is still a lot going on this week with some pretty prominent names, even though it's a little bit quieter than we've had the last couple of weeks. And like I said in the beginning of the video, there's a lot more to come over the next couple of weeks as we're going to start to see a lot of the big retailers, and that includes, the home retailers and a lot of the names that you want to be watching as we head into the Black Friday month. I guess we're in the Black Friday month now. It's not really a day anymore. It's a month. And the holiday season, this is the big time for the retailers. So you don't want to miss a single episode. be sure to subscribe at zacks.com/YouTube to get everything. And I'll be tweeting out all these charts as we go along throughout all of earnings season. So you can follow me just at my name at Tracy Reinick on Twitter, and you'll get more charts there too. But be sure to get us somewhere, and I'll see you again next week with some more earnings charts.